So it looks like Beyonce and Jay Z are not done in regards to this Jaguar Wright interview on Piers Morgan. Their attorney is actually speaking out and saying they never sent a cease and desist to Piers Morgan Uncensored. They sent an ultimatum. Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your #1 source for pop culture news in music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. So earlier today, we reported to you that Piers Morgan decided to take down parts of his interview with Jaguar Wright, where she talked about and referred to Beyonce and Jay Z as monsters and alleged that these two have held people against their own will. In a statement from Beyonce's attorneys, they said that these statements from Jaguar Wright were completely untrue and false, and asked that Piers Morgan take those clips down and to apologize, which Piers Morgan actually did. Well, now, and this is becoming a trend from celebrities, their attorney is speaking out on TMZ Live and addressing why Beyonce and Jay Z decided to speak out. And he says that what Piers did and what Jaguar said actually hurts the real victims.
This must have been shocking to you that somebody comes on a show and then kind of levels these vague-ish allegations. Were you kind of ready for something like this to eventually happen?
Listen, there's rumors and then there's nonsense, and this is one step further, right? This is a pointed and formal accusation of something, and I felt it needed to be responded to. So I think somebody reported it was a cease and desist. It wasn't that. It was quite bluntly an ultimatum, which is remove that false accusation that's demonstrably false, or a court's going to order you to. And so I think he made the wise choice. And
so basically he's saying that they were willing to actually sue Piers Morgan over these statements. But Piers, in the moment when he was interviewing Jaguar Wright, already was backpedaling, saying that, we can't confirm or deny some of what she was saying, but has since went on his platform to denounce it. It's just not worth it for him. In the separate video that we did covering the story, we told you Piers Morgan is not just Piers Morgan on YouTube. It's not like Kempire here on YouTube. He has a monster house behind him, including Rupert Murdoch, who owns 50% of his YouTube channel. That is billions of dollars behind Piers Morgan. And one of the other things that I noted was the fact that Piers Morgan's contract with Rupert Murdoch's company, News UK, is up for negotiations now. So that could be a part of the motivation behind Piers Morgan. It's not worth it for him. However, take a listen to what the attorney says in regards to why this is so dangerous.
Acted accordingly.
He meaning Piers Morgan.
Removing it and apologizing for it, yes. What changed here in my mind is that somebody on a so-called journalistic platform exploited that kind of random rumor mill, whether it's disconnected from reality or what have you, and lifted it up. And by doing that, they not only caused harm here, but they are also droning out the voices of real victims. And by doing that to get clicks, it didn't just harm the Carters. What he did effectively was to drone out the voices of actual victims in an ongoing case, in an ongoing investigation. And that was too much for me.
Are you in the
Pause. This is the first time that we are having an actual celebrity, a celebrity that's close to the Diddy situation, actually address the situation. Besides Ray J. Besides Ray J, this is the first time the Carters have actually, in a way, through their representative, their attorney, is actually addressing the Diddy situation.
Process of making sure that it is taken down everywhere?
What I am here to say is that in a situation as serious as this, somebody who puts themselves out as a journalist should not effectively take advantage of the situation and exploit somebody in this way. And so that's the real reason for action.
His words are very important because I do feel like on some level, I think he's talking about the exploitation of victims, but I also think there is an exploitation of Jaguar Wright. because I do believe, yes, I do believe there is some truth to some of what she says. However, I do believe she does add a lot of sauce. And I've said this countless times that I believe that there is truth to what Jaguar has reported in regards to some of these folks. Yes, she's been in circles, but because she's been in those circles, maybe not for the last few years, she still has connections to those circles. But I also believe money has motivated her to add a little sauce, to give people those conspiracy theories that they're like, oh, that's juicy, because they much rather believe the juicy story than the actual fact. I don't know what the actual fact is, but what I can sense is that there is a level of exploitation of this woman and the state that she might be in and the stories that she's telling, in my humble opinion.
Does it strike you a little bit that there's been a lot of silence in Hollywood in the wake of all of this?
Well, as to the Carters, I can tell you that when they put their foot down on something, as they did here, they are sending a message. And if they can't stand up and make sure right from wrong, then who can? I have always believed that the truth will come out in courtrooms, and I'm sure the truth will come out.
This is the first time. This is the first time that we've actually seen someone that was closely associated or friendly with Sean Diddy Combs in any way speak out. And a lot of people have associated and assumed and are predicting that Jay Z is next. He's the next one in Hollywood to be exposed. And a lot of people have used the excuse, well, no one has ever sued Jaguar Wright. We've refuted those claims multiple times because keep in mind, guys, if you have nothing to lose, suing Jaguar is not going to stop Jaguar from still speaking. That's the thing. You could sue her and you could even get a judgment. But will that stop her from speaking about you and making these claims? No, we've seen this happen in recent times. That has not stopped someone from speaking. And if you don't have anything to lose, it's even more motivation for you to keep speaking. This is major news in regards to Jay Z and Beyonce speaking because they never do. And the fact that their attorney is speaking on TMZ Live, yes, no matter how you feel about TMZ or whatever it may be, he has to get permission from them to go out and speak to the media on this. He has to receive permission from them to reach out to Piers Morgan and tell him, take that down or else. Or else what? We have to remember a lot of these millionaires and billionaires run in the same circles. I wouldn't be surprised on some level there is a cross-pollination of Jay Z and Beyonce businesses or future business that Rupert Murdoch is involved in. So it wouldn't shock me because of those relations that Piers Morgan was like, my hands are off. You want me to apologize? I will apologize. My contract is up. Millions of dollars are on the table. I'm not going to risk it over Jaguar Wright. But Piers knew what he was doing, why he had her on there. There were other channels that have been highlighting Jaguar for years, making tons of money off of her. He wanted in on that. But he got a little bit of it, made his money, and now he's backpedaling. It shouldn't be a surprise if you know Piers Morgan's history. But we also understand as a platform, he had to, as a real journalist, he is a real journalist, he had to be like, well, we can't just say things on platforms without really being able to stand behind those things with actual information. Guys, I did not expect to talk about this Piers Morgan, Beyonce, Jaguar Wright stuff again, but here we are. Beyonce and Jay Z's attorney is speaking out to TMZ, saying that they never sent a cease and desist, they sent an ultimatum, and that this interview and the accusations that Jaguar Wright made against the Carters actually is dangerous and doesn't help the real victims. Guys, let's continue this conversation in the comment section. As always, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on breaking news when we go live or when we upload. Thanks for watching.
You bring the lighter, I got the fuse. You make a fire, I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead, just watch the shoes.